Guys, I'm at home editing this right now, yeah, and I've realized that camera angle, there's one camera angle, and it's really fucking blurry, and it's not my fault. It's not. It's not. I made sure the cameras weren't fucking blurry, and once you watch this video, you will understand why I've left this studio. This is, you guys. I'm spoiling the video for you guys, but this is my last episode in this studio, and the camera is one of the main reasons why. As much as I love the quality on these cameras, they're never the way I want them to be. And the audio, and like you guys noticed on our last couple of videos as well, it's been a bit rocky, it's been a bit stupid. And yeah, toodles, enjoy the video, guys.
Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Discussions with Hussein. And today, it might seem a bit strange because you might be wondering why I'm here alone in my lovely set. Well, that's because if you're following along on Spotify, on any platforms, you would know that this was season one. Yeah. And season one, I'd say for me, went really well. I was able to see and able to learn what works. And it really made me like take a step back and like evaluate everything and see if this is something I'm progressing well with and like if it's something worth still doing. Sorry guys, the AC was turned off. I had to go turn it on. Um yeah, so it really made me like want to sit back and actually discuss and see what was going well and what was going like could have been better and what could have been improved on. And I feel like shooting in this set has been really lovely. It's been an experience that I would never have otherwise. Because when else would I sit here with three different cameras all pointing at me, two bright lights aimed at me? You know, when else would I ever have this experience? So yeah, I don't know which camera to look at. It's actually getting a bit unnerving. Should I look in the middle? Or that one? Or that one? I'm liking that one's angle, but I like this one more. We're gonna look at this one. So it's been a great time. I've really had fun with all the guests I've had on. It's really been a great like learning curve for me, to be honest, because it was my first time getting back into podcasting since like I was a child, and I was doing my own podcast as a child, as like a very young teenager. So I feel like it's been like a great learning session for me, and I'm excited for what's coming next because I've got a whole plan of what I'm planning to do next and how I'm going to plan it and flip it. And guys, we're coming back bigger and better next season. Yeah. And next season will start very fucking soon because I've already shot the first couple of episodes, but I've been really holding back on filming this because I've been so nervous as to like sitting here and doing it myself. Because when I'm with people here, you know, like it's a conversation. Like we're both filling up like all the blanks and like there's always a chat going on. But when it's just me here, as you guys are seeing now, I've got to try and think of something on the spot, which I love to do because I'm a great yapper. And yeah, I wanted to just sit back and like get back into the roots of being an actual yapper because I love yapping. And if you're on my private TikTok, which about five of you are, you know how much I love to yap. So yeah, welcome to a yap session with hsyn, I guess. Um, I've already filmed some episodes on the new format. And just so you guys are all aware, the new format is nothing like this. I will not be sitting in a studio with three cameras and two bright lights and these amazing mics, you know. Even though my mic at home is excellent, I feel like this professional quality in here would never be touched. But we will be touching it soon. Be warned, because the things I've got planned, the things I'm planning to upgrade my setup and everything I have already, it's just a lot. And once I do that, it will be amazing for me because I'd be able to fully extract myself and fully work on it the way I want to. And that's something that I've always focused on, always something that I've wanted to achieve. And yeah, so I've already shot a couple myself, and I'm trying to like, because I'm trying my best on them to not speak about current events because I don't know when they're gonna come out, and I haven't even like rewatched or edited them. I've just literally synced the audio to the video, and that's it. They're not touched. Like they're just there how it is. So I'm a bit nervous to touch them, but yeah. But I feel like right now in my life, I'm at a point where I don't know what's going on lately. I feel like, is Mercury back in retrograde? What's going on? Life feels very unnerving. Life feels a bit not worrying, but like a big question mark. And I don't know, it's really interesting because I don't know what to like. I don't know what's coming up next for me. I don't know what's in God's plans for me. And you guys heard when I spoke with Ramaya on here actually about like all the things that we were discussing, and we spoke about really having faith and really feeling connected to the Lord. And I agree that like you've just got to be patient and see how it comes. But I find like as much as I want to be like, oh yeah, God's behind me 10 toes, I'm really fucking nervous. It's like I don't know what to expect. I don't know when to expect it. I'm just like waiting patiently, but I don't know. Recently, I've just been like waking up and like feeling like bedwetting all day, and I don't know if it's because of the heat, but yeah, I don't know. I think I need a holiday, and that's what I really need, to be honest. And I feel like once I get on holiday, everything will be better. But yeah. But there's something I want to discuss so bad, and like it's one of my favorite things to discuss, and like I've been wanting to discuss it for so long, but I don't know anyone who would actually sit there and yap about it as much as I would. And it's about fucking Marvel. Now, if you're a Marvel fan like me, you'd know that we're in a very interesting phase of Marvel right now, and like I only got like this much into Marvel, I'd say around Infinity War. Not gonna lie. Because was it Infinity War and then Black Panther, or Black Panther and then Infinity War? I'm not sure. It was one like it was either that way or the other way. And that's when I like really got into Marvel, and watched Endgame in the theaters. Did a lot of screaming and shouting, and I feel like that's when I truly got into the Marvel experience. And the Marvel Cinematic Universe is set up in a way where, not gonna lie, it's a cult. It's actually a cult. If you're a fan of Marvel, you're part of a cult. And do you know what? I'm down with it. Like, I'm not really fast. I got into my comic era last year around this time, to be honest. And I was doing a lot of reading, which is what you do when you're reading comics. Hello. But no, I really got into like the Young Avengers, and like I've always been a big fan of Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, my goat, my legend. Bring her back. I'm trying to fucking navigate the camera's way. So yeah, I've been really like getting into Marvel a lot lately, and Doomsday is coming up in a couple months' time, and it's really exciting. It's looking a bit crazy. I'm excited to see what they got next for us. But in current times, I watched Brand New Day yesterday. It came out yesterday, and Brand New Day made me feel like I really needed that Brand New Day. Because Brand New Day, as a movie itself, is set up in such a way where you don't really know what to expect. I'm not gonna lie, I came in expecting a lot. And like the plot seemed really interesting. And from the post-credit scene from No Way Home, I was expecting a lot more from this movie, not gonna lie. The visuals were amazing. I've never seen a Spider-Man film with such amazing visuals. And like the videographers, like directors, the producers, give them all a pay rise. That shit was shot so beautifully. But I feel like with that film, there's only one problem I had, and it was that the plot really lacked substance. And like spoilers, guys, I'm gonna spoil it. If you don't want to hear it spoiled, just come scroll and look until I give you a thumbs up. That's when you know it's fine. But I'm gonna spoil it now if you haven't watched it already. So Brand New Day was a great film, but the whole like reveal of Sadie Sink being Jean Grey was ruined first of all by Steve Lacy. Steve Lacy. Why the fuck would you ruin that shit? That was a moment. But in the films, it wasn't really a moment. So I'll give you a slide for that. But you kind of ruined, like, probably the biggest Marvel surprise since... Since what? I don't know. We haven't really had surprises like that. Probably since Doom's, reveal and, like, RDJ playing Doom, which I'm really against, but we're going to get to that in a bit. I feel like, I don't know, it was just like the whole way it was all set up, and the whole plot being, oh yeah, she was looking for her sister because of VMAX. VMAX sounded like Vision Maximoff. And I was on my toes. I was like, wait, are we going to see Vision? Because Vision Quest comes out really soon as well. So I was so excited. I was like, shit, Vision Quest. What? Wait, what? No, very far off. It's called fucking Vent Max on the ceiling of this room that her sister was being experimented on. And that's what she had received from her sister via a telepathic message. Right. But yeah, I feel like the plot really lacked substance. It was like, oh yeah, he went to hunt her down, and then he realized that like the government was in the wrong like the entire time. Do you know what it gave me? What's that Captain America film, the really shit one with the Red Hulk? New World Order? Could be very wrong. Captain America, Brave New World, that. I was so wrong. No, that film it gave that kind of vibe, in the sense that the plot wasn't really making sense, and it was like, what? And I'm noticing like there's a really big disconnect in the films. Not gonna lie, I feel like ever since they ditched the whole Kang Dynasty thing, like we really got sidetracked. Guys, you can return if you're still waiting for me to stop talking about a Spider-Man, because I'm done. I'm done. I gave that film a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd because I'm a Marvel glazer down. But realistically, what you're getting from me, maybe a 2.5, 3 out of 5 out of 10. And that's only because the scenes were shot so beautifully. And I was low-key hoping Spider-Man would die and that he'd be resurrected by the symbiote and come back as like a black Spider-Man with a costume, because of like the comics and how that's meant to play out as well. And then Zendaya was on like the whole press tour and Black saying bring tissues. I don't know what we're meant to bring tissues for. The only thing that was a bit upsetting was that whole depressive scene as fuck, where there were, let me just spoil it. We've read into the spoilers, yeah, but there was one depressive scene and it gave me flashbacks to the Thunderbolts, New Avengers, how like the whole theme was about depression and being alone, and like, why are we being depressed for? Not gonna lie, because when you watch depressive things, you low-key become depressed, like it's psychological. So why the fuck would I volunteer for that? Right? Let's ask the smart questions. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the new phase of Marvel. I want Vision Quest to come out soon. The way Agatha All Along ended, and guys, WandaVision and Agatha All Along, the best 2 Marvel shows of all time. Loki, season 1 might touch it. Season 2 was dead. Season 2 was boring as fuck. I stopped watching it 3 episodes in. That shit was boring. And the final episode, that scene where he becomes the big green guy with the horns and he's holding in the timeline and whatever, that shit was cool. I'll give you guys that. But other than that, cut the cameras, dead ass. It was really just crazy. But yeah, let's leave Marvel now. Let's talk about life, right? This year, I want to talk about what I've done this year, because like, guys, to dabble in politics for like 1 second, we've got a new Prime Minister, Andy Burnham. Yeah. And his social team's been going crazy as fuck. Every day on TikTok, it's 3 or 4 new videos. It's him being like, oh, here's what I've accomplished in my first week as being Prime Minister. And it's just so much going on. And that's now become a trend. It's like what I've done this week as a depressed teenager. What I've done this week being an adult with a full-time 9 to 5. Like, it's hilarious. But let's dive into that for a sec. What have I done this year so far? So this year, in January, I went to Cairo for a week with my university's program. The best week of my year so far, hands down. I was going to have them on here, 2 of the people I met there that we became really close friends with. But everyone's busy. One's gone down to Brighton and one's gone to fucking Greece after graduating. Guys, when are we going to have our moment? We need our moment. We need to be sitting here on camera and just chatting. A good yap session. Because the way that shit went down, I could write a book about Cairo. We had so much fun on that trip. And the way that we had 3 hours of sleep every night. We never had a second more. 3 hours. But the way we all turned up for each other, we were all so energetic, had so much fun during the day. And like, we had the choice to go home and sleep, or go out and have activities and fun with each other. And one of the biggest highlights was going to the River Now dinner boat tour cruise thing. That shit was crazy. And just being on the Nile, it's like, as a child, we've always learned about ancient Egyptian like history and like everything about ancient Egypt. So your first time crossing the River Nile to get to the hotel, because we were at a hotel on, what's the island called? Zamalek. We were at a hotel in Zamalek, which is the middle of the Nile, like literally in the middle, smack bang. And we were at the Hilton, and bro, the view from my balcony at 7 a.m., which is when we had to be ready to get in the coach to go explore in the day. That view was insane, watching the sunrise. Like, and I'm always gonna miss that time. And like, we had so much fun. But no, so we did that, and like, it wasn't just like a trip to go and explore Egypt. It was a working cultures trip. So we were there for a week, and we met up with professionals all across Egypt, well, all across Cairo, from the American University in Cairo, from their own like practices and law firms, and like journalists and human rights activists, and just a whole bunch of really fucking cool people. And thank you everyone for that trip. That trip was amazing, and I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm doing the UK program in September, so I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, I get to meet people because I want to do UK one because I live here, and I want to meet people who are from here because like build a network connections, you know. LinkedIn. But yeah, that's how this year started off. I started off in Cairo, and then I came back for like a few months, and then I think I went to Italy right like around then. Let me get my phone out, guys. I hate using my phone on podcasts because I just like feel like it takes away from the point that like this is a FaceTime call, you know? But I feel like it's really useful to have. Let's check my calendar. So in January we went to Cairo for 1 week, and then uni, uni. I watched a film and another film and another film. Oh yeah, this year I took out a Odeon Limitless subscription, which guys, if you like movies or if you want to get into movies, take out a fucking Odeon Limitless Plus membership. I get the Limitless Plus for my Limitless price, so I get the £20 one for like £15 because I'm a student. Yeah. And I've been really wanting to get into movies like before I even did it, and ever since then I've had so many chances to go and watch movies. They have their own member screenings, and it's just amazing. I paid £3 to sit in a Dolby Cinema yesterday and watch the brand new Spider-Man, and I recommend it. I really do recommend it. That shit was amazing. The experience that you get to have in cinemas is different than watching at home for sure. You get to be fully immersed in it. And I need Odeon to low-key step up their game though. I want a fucking 4DX cinema. I want a 270 degrees screen X 3 screen whatever cinema. I want them to level up. How the fuck does Cineworld have it and Odeon doesn't? Let's talk about that. Yeah? But back to what I was saying. So yeah, I've been really banging out cinema a lot this year. Went to Italy for a week in April. Went to Milan, Lake Como, and Venice. Guys, that trip was actually amazing. It was my first or second, no. Well, first solo trip with my sister that wasn't in Paris while she was studying there, because she did a year there last year and I was there literally every other month. So I had a lot of fun there. But our first trip, Lake Como was a fairy tale. You know when like you're watching a fairy tale and like it's like beautiful castles and like mountains and villas and like plants and just greenery and the vibes there were immaculate. And that's somewhere I really want to go to again, and I'd really love it there. I want to live there, not gonna lie, like high key. That shit was just an experience and I'm grateful for it, you know? So we did that, and then what else did I do? That's also, I started the podcast 2 weeks after coming back from Milan, which was fun. The first episode was with Ramaya. Did I start that in April? I don't believe that. Oh my god, I did. This podcast actually surprised me. I'm not gonna lie, really surprised me. This episode's coming out really late. I know. I'm really sorry, guys, but this I actually surprised myself with this podcast because I didn't think I'd actually be committed to doing it so much, and like I'd always be like messaging people, "Are you free to shoot? Are you free to shoot?" There's a lot more people I want to have on, which I'm gonna manage next season. But I feel like with this season mainly, um, my main focus was just getting the roots down and seeing what I could do and what I really enjoyed doing, and I feel like I needed to yap a bit more, and I feel like for the yap sessions with me, it needs to be like a solo session, you know. And I also want to have friends and family on. Like, have my sister on was a really fun episode, although the vibes fell a bit off after. I was like, I didn't like what you said that and that and that, but I feel like it was a great episode to shoot, and I want to have episodes with friends and just like talk about like friendships and our experiences and like have the people from Cairo on, Sahara and Lara, I mean, you guys on ASAP, and have like Eunice on, one of my best friends, just sit there and actually like have a great chat, you know. And I feel like that builds a connection between us, and us, because it's like, oh, I'm sharing it with you and with everyone else. It's like, let's solidify it, But we'll see how that plays out. Other than that, what else have I done? I was on Love Island After Sun in May. Love Island just finished, guys. Wait, Love Island. Let's get into Love Island, guys. We're gonna get into Love Island. This is the debrief. Fuck the big three's debrief. This is my debrief. Lorenzo and Yulia won Love Island. Congratulations. I want to have you guys on. Not gonna lie, I want to have you guys on. You guys weren't my favorite couple, to be honest. I feel like when they always won the favorite couple, I feel like Lorenzo always thought it was about him. It wasn't, mate. It was about Yulia. The way Yulia came in that villa, and I get sometimes she said things that weren't needed in the time and place, like Tommy said. But the way she stood on business, like when Simba said it to her in front of everyone as well, the way she knew she was gonna get backlash and still stood on business every time she spoke, heavy respect. Heavy fucking respect, bro. The way you stood there and still carried on when all them 4 girls were jumping in that dressing room. First of all, why you guys all jumping the girl for her to still be right? Still be right. She's still right. She's still right. Because Priya and Aiden will never work out, and that's a fact. That's a fact. I'm heavy on it. That's a fact. I'll stand on that to the day I die. They will never be a good couple. Even Cav, Aiden's own brother is saying to him, I don't see it with her. Like, I don't. And I see it because, like, with them, I get, like, summer fling vibes. They don't really give me, like, in love. And I feel like Aiden's just one of them guys. He's just always looking for, like... I don't think Aiden will ever settle down. He gives me, like, 45 baby mamas and, like, 75,000 kids. He gives me one of them type of vibes. But, yeah, no, I was really rooting for Angie and Simba to win. They were 1% away from beating Jazz and Cav. Jazz and Cav, at first, you guys were my winners. But after Casa, mainly, when Jazz, you pulled that slick shit with Priya and with everyone else, to be honest, and with Charlene, and it was just a lot going on. And Jazz, the way you were, like, using people, I don't like it. And, like, you wanted to be the big bad boss of the villa until Yulia stepped inside and made you realize that she's the boss. With fucking Mika. I hate you. Sorry, not sorry. Hashtag entertainment purposes only. That was a joke. No, Mika was really, like, annoying me. Every time Jazz would be something, it's Mika's, like, croaky voice in the back going, yeah! Shut up. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. No one wants to hear it. You're doing too much. I really liked Yaz and Tommy until the whole Tommy's girlfriend is waiting for him outside the villa situation, which I saw in TikTok a couple of weeks before when he first came in. But I was like, that's a joke, right? But no, you broke up with a girl and then stepped into that villa, like, what, 2 weeks after? And 2 weeks, the show started a month before, like 2 months before you got on the show. So you already knew you were going to get in because you all know before the show starts. So you broke up with her to get on Love Island. That's it. Very disgusting, very disgraceful. Angie and Simba, you guys are my winners. Simba, from my mum smiled bears to all the other things you went and said, you really showed us who you are as a person. And I saw growth. And Mara, the queen that you are, Mara, Mara, tens. Like, every time I saw you on my screen, tens. The only time I was disappointed was when you were in that pool and you kissed Simba. And I was a bit, you were a bit, after moving out, I saw. But, yeah, no, the way Mara kept that little boy in check, crazy. I love Mara. But, yeah, no. Ellie and Finley could have won until Alicia pulled that shit with Finley. And then Finley was like a little giddy boy. And the way he laughs, he literally says, ha, 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 when he's laughing. But yeah, no, Love Island's now finished. And it's actually left me really nervous because that also gave me structure in my life. When uni always ends, I'm always craving a bit of structure in my life. And that gave me structure. I was like, okay, I'm going to fuck around and do whatever I want. Go work, come home, go out, maybe grab something, like do some shopping, come back home, sit down at 9 p.m. and watch Love Island until 10:30, and then have a peppermint tea and go to sleep. Like, that was my routine. Now that that's also done, I've been thrown. I don't know what to do at night time. I don't know what to do during the day. Like, ever since then, I've actually been low-key, like, depressed. Let's talk about it. I actually haven't been depressed, but if you are depressed, speak to someone or contact. What's that? There's a phone line. I'll put everything in the description, guys. I'm actually being serious. If you guys need help, always chat to people closest to you because they'll always try their best to help you. If they don't want to help you, then there's always other people you can chat to and like phone up the mental health helplines and stuff. Because mental health is a really like serious situation, but and I didn't mean it in like a jokey way. I was being serious, like serious in a sense. Like it did actually make me depressed, but like it's making me feel really anxious because I love a bit of structure, and I always like being busy, and now I feel like I'm busy but without being busy. And to my manager, if you're seeing this, I'm really sorry I haven't worked out all this month. I've worked 1 hour this entire month, and I'm sorry. I was gonna lock in last week, but I broke my glasses. So, yeah, these are temporary. I can't see with these on. Like I really can't see anything. So like, sorry, folks. Um, but back to what I was saying. Yeah, I don't know. I really like a bit of structure. I like being the busiest person in the room. I like going to like when I'm at like events, birthdays, graduations, weddings. I like being like, go find this, go quickly do that, come back, find this, do that. Like I love a bit of like, give me something to do. But yeah, I don't know. And I also want to get into videography a lot more, to be honest. And like after working these cameras in the studio, first of all, fuck these cameras. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. These cameras are great cameras. They're low key not expensive either, but they're really good cameras. But they're 6K cameras, but when they're shooting 4K, they're fucking cropped on the top and bottom. What's the reason? I hate it. So we're now shooting on Ultra HD, which I don't know what that means. I think that's a lie. Ultra HD. But then watch again, every time this happens, I film this in Ultra HD, I go home and it's fucking downgraded to 1080p. I don't know what's going on with you guys. I actually have no idea. No idea. Unless that whole setup there is breaking my thing. I don't know what's going on. But we need to fix this. And that's why we're leaving here, not gonna lie. I'm comfortable at home shooting on my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and with my little mic. And you guys, when you guys see the episodes, you guys are gonna laugh because now that it's my own little setup, I can film anywhere. And I've got so much planned for when I'm on holiday as well. Because I'm gonna be at like my house or like in the garden or like on the balcony or like somewhere filming, even in the back of the car. Trust and believe, I will be filming back in the car somewhere. But no, I filmed one on my sofa, and that one's never gonna get posted, by the way. I filmed one on my sofa, and it was me sitting there crying for an hour and a half. It was just me deep in like my everything, family, and like people who passed away, and like just everything, and like my childhood. It was a really depressing episode, which that would never see light of day, and if it does, then props to me. But I wanted to share that mainly because people all go through emotions. People all feel a type of way, and like people who repress their feelings are you guys aren't serious people. Aren't serious. Like I can't stand behind you if you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I was upset. I didn't tell anyone because I don't want to look like I was upset. Grow up, please. People get upset. It's supposed to be upset. But no, I didn't want to post that because it was really like, as a viewer, I wouldn't want to watch that myself, and it's good to get deep every now and then. I get it. Like it's truly good to get deep every now and then because like people need to be shown that it's normal to be upset. But I don't want to be upset, But back to what I was talking about. So this year, let's go through all the movies I've seen this year because I've seen a lot of movies this year. I feel like we've been jumping conversation to conversation, which I'm loving so far. Not gonna lie. We're gonna go on the Odeon app and see my movies I've seen this. Or should we go on to Letterboxd? No, Odeon. Okay. So this year I have watched Spider-Man Brand New Day, The Backrooms, didn't like it at all. Was meant to see Obsession, but I got double booked, so I had to cancel Obsession and come shoot a podcast. I think it was on the same day. Scary Movie. Passenger I was going to go see and I cancelled it because I saw a really bad review about it. Exit 8. Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Amazing film. Undertone. It was decent. Project Hail Mary. This film has the best reviews online, and I hear it, but it's not for me. Me and Angelina went together, and I can't wait to have her on a podcast, because the shit that we'd get up to saying would have us both arrested, not gonna lie. But that episode will be amazing, and I can't wait. Angelina, you're watching this, yeah? We're gonna have a blast. But We were in there, and it was the first time in a movie theater that I've actually sat on my phone and started watching and playing games and TikToks. It was such a like, why the fuck is it sitting next to a rock and the rock's going? Brr, brr, is the rock a pigeon? Like, what is going on? And I was like, bro, should we leave? Like, should I actually leave? Like, it's getting really boring. And then we got up and left, like, literally, like, halfway through the movie. And yeah, it took us a while to drive back home, but like, we had a fun night. Not gonna lie, like, we had a blast. But that film itself was horrible. We had a blast because of all the things we got up to after the film ended, and not just us going on a really long drive, going 70 miles an hour down some motorway. I don't know where the fuck we were, but hey. How to Make a Killing. That film's actually really good. I really liked it. Really good. The ending was a bit funny, but it was really cute. Radio Not 2, Here I Come. I actually really like that film. That film was a blast as well. That film was great. It wasn't really as predictable as I thought the ending would be. Like, it had a good mix of like both, you know. Hamnet. Hamnet was a good film. It was one of my highest rated on Letterboxd for the year. I think I gave it a 5 out of 5. But it was a very slow movie, and I'm not a slow movie person, and like, I don't really watch movies like that. So for me, it was a bit strange to sit there and actually watch it, you know? Like, it's not my cup of tea, to be honest. But if it's your cup of tea, then it's your cup of tea. But I gave it a 5 out of 5 because, like, respect. The acting was amazing. The storyline was amazing. I've never read Hamlet, but Hamnet was a great movie. And this, oh my God. By the way, my experience watching it was horrible. It was at the Odeon in Holloway, and it was that screen at the bottom. Like, you walk down, it's on the right, down, 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 down the Witch's Road, down some dodgy corner. Bro, I was on the end of the back row, so on my right was the door, but like, it was like 3 meters between me and the door. The amount of mice climbing up and down these walls. The woman next to me had all of her kids in front of us on the row in front. And like, she had like 4 kids that were watching with us. And she was like to me, "Did you see someone?" I was like, "Yeah, I just saw like 4 mice trying to climb the fucking wall." She was like, "Yeah, I've seen the reviews here. There's a lot." I said, "No, don't do that." And I left, sent them a really good worded email. Odeon, I much love you guys. Yeah, I don't know why there's that many mice in a cinema, because the cinema is actually a closed off space underground. How do mice even get in? Let's deep it. But yeah. Next, Send Help. Send Help was a really interesting movie. I loved the whole plot twist. It was like, oh no, I lied. Like, I actually have a whole villa on this island and you just never knew about it. Really loved it. The Housemaid. Why did I pay so much money for it? Oh, I bought 2 tickets and 2 drinks. Housemaid was such a good movie. I loved it. Mighty Supreme and Avatar Fire and Ash. Amazing. Avatar Fire and Ash I watched in 3D, and that shit felt surreal. I was like, why the fuck am I flying? Whoa. Oh my God, I watched the movie last week and I can't really talk about it because I had an NDA about it, and it doesn't come out until I think September. But I hope I get invited to the premiere because I was there for a audience research screening. I'm not gonna say anything about it, but if you're watching this and you're there, and you're the lead or you're one of the people who are shooting it or like one of them people, holler at me because I actually really like that movie. I need to watch. We're not gonna speak. We're gonna end it there because I don't want to get sued. Not gonna lie, I don't want to get sued for that because it's never that serious for me to be chatting shit about this fucking movie and then get sued by it. So yeah, we're not gonna talk about it. All right, but yeah, what am I up to this year? Forthcoming. That's a really strange word to use. I go holiday in 2 weeks' time. I see Ariana Grande in 2 weeks' time. I see Ariana Grande. I'm on holiday 2 days after. I think I'm getting contacts tomorrow. They should be calling me tomorrow to confirm my appointment. Hopefully, I can't see. I need contacts ASAP. And then vacation, and then I'm back. And my calendar's empty after my vacation. Not gonna lie, because I've got nothing to do after. But yeah, this year's been amazing so far. I'm really liking how this year's actually turned out, and I can't really complain. This year's been great. It's been really hot though. Please, guys, global warming. And I said this on the last episode. I'm gonna repeat this. The episode that comes out after this, season 2, episode 1. I'm gonna say it again here though. Thames water. It rained for 5 months at the start of the year. Why have we run out of water? Why is there a hose pipe ban? what's going on and how to report people for using the hoses, because I know a lot of people in my neighborhood using the hoses, and I can see them outside, hosing the big garden, which isn't their garden. So how to report them? How do I get paid? Do I get like a commission? Is it commission based? Because with HMRC, if you report fraud or something, you get like a little commission or like a little 1-2. But like, what do I get if I report a hose pipe? You know? And yeah, I'm really looking forward to going on vacation this year. I really deserve vacation after everything this year. This year's been a really busy year, and I feel like I deserve some rest. But I've also got to start working more. So we're going to see how that turns out. But I don't want to, because I don't know what my plan's going to be like for next season. So if I need to like plan that out, because I don't know how regular episodes are going to be. I think I might do probably like once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks again. I don't know. Like, but because it'll be me and like I'm not really constricted to this place, it'll be a lot more free. And the main reason why I didn't want to film in here anymore, why I've ended my membership with this studio, is because I feel really held back creatively. I feel like I'm stuck in a room where it's a really nice room. Like I'm loving the setup in here, and like it gave me experiences I'd never get otherwise, But I wanna have an experience of like filming in a park, filming in like places where you're comfortable at, filming in like a place where like we first met, like in all different places. I feel like that would truly make the experience fundamentally what it's meant to be. And yeah, like that's my main focus with that, not gonna lie. In here I feel like I've tried to have people on for like light-hearted chats, but for like because of the environment we're in right now, no one's really felt like too comfortable in a sense. So, like they come here a bit rigid, like, oh, what is this? Like which camera, which light? Just a lot in here to be honest. And yeah, I really want to get like an FX30, but that shit's a bit spenny. And I need to like work a lot to make that money up. So we're gonna get the money first and then buy it, because we're not doing no fucking 30 months on PayPal. No thanks. I actually could do that, but like I don't want to, because I don't want to be owing PayPal money. And oh my god, guys, quickly, yeah, while I have 10 minutes before I need to end this shit. First of all, fuck Deliveroo, yeah. I ordered Popeyes. Also, fuck Popeyes. I ordered Popeyes 3 weeks ago, and the food came to my house off. The chicken wings had a really weird smell and a really fucking strange taste. And that's not how chicken's meant to taste. And I know that for a fact because I eat chicken often. Not fried, I eat chicken in general often, so I know what chicken's right and which chicken's not right. And I got it for me and my dad. We both were sitting there eating, and once we opened the bag of wings, it just stunk. I was like, maybe it's the oil. I was like, let me like peel it open and see what it's like inside. Inside, the color seemed a bit off, but like I couldn't really say, because like when the chicken's a bit darker, like a bit redder, like because it's normal sometimes in chicken, like how the chickens are all like beat up and abused in the local shelters. So I would like, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I was straight away hopped on Delivery's live chat. I was like, guys, the food is not right. This cannot be eaten. Like I've thrown it away. This is horrible, because we didn't eat it. We threw it all away, and they said, "Oh, contact Popeyes." I contacted Popeyes. We don't deal with delivery orders. You got to speak to them about it. So I go back to Popeye to delivery, and they're like, "Okay, we can't help you." So I call my bank. I'm like, "Guys, can we do a chargeback? I'm not paying for this. I'm not. The food's come. I haven't eaten it. It's gone in the bin. What the fuck do you want me to do?" The bank's now told me that they can't do anything about it, and that I need to email Popeyes and get them to say that I can't return it to their store. So I email them. I'm like, "Hi guys, this food wasn't edible. I don't like it. Like, can I return it to a store?" We don't accept returns for online orders, especially placed on Deliveroo, and just like a whole bunch of raffle. And I went to my bank, and my bank's like, "Okay, perfect, fine. We can now do a chargeback." The bank comes back to me now after 2 weeks and says, "Oh, your chargeback. We gave you a temporary amount of the money back in your account, but we've taken it back because we can't file a chargeback because it was food." I was like, "What do you mean because it was food?" "Yeah, because food's a perishable good. We can't do chargebacks for perishable foods, for goods." I said, "But you guys told me you can." We had a very long conversation about this over the phone like 2 weeks ago. And eventually they're like, "Do you want to file a complaint?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to complain because you guys told me I can and you guys are not telling me I can't." So then I complained, and they're like, "Okay, well, we're going to give you the money back on our behalf as compensation, like as a sorry. But like for next time, now you know." And fuck Deliveroo. I've deleted Deliveroo off my phone. I've deleted my account. I've deleted everything data they have of me. Deliveroo, you guys are disgusting. You're a sham. Grow up. Next, we'll get to O2. O2. I'm O2's number one defender on a good day. I walk around London, I'm always on 5G plus. Yeah, 5G plus. You people can't even spell 5G plus. And I've never had issues with O2. The only time I have an issue is when I have to call you people at O2. Because the call centers, why is everyone just stupid? Like, I'm over this fact. I'm sitting there on the phone, yeah, because my phone, I was paying for my phone number. It was on my mum's account. I was like, okay, can I get it moved to my own account? Because, like, I can't access it without her being next to me when I call you guys, anyways. And you guys do a whole fuss of like, oh, the main account holder, what's your first and last name? What's your address? What's the answer to your security question? None of your fucking business. How about that? But it's just all like a whole bunch of ruckus. And I'm like, I'm not dealing with you guys. So, I said to them, can we move it over? They said to me, you have to take out a phone line on your own account. And then once you get out a phone line, we'll move the number over and you'll just keep paying the new phone line on that account and stuff. So I did that. Now, instead of transferring the number over, this dumbass shut my account down before he moved the number over. So now my number's been deleted. And on their website, you have 30 days to get a pack code. I said, okay, give me a pack code. Because I don't know what he done, but my eSIM on my phone got deleted, like deactivated the second he pressed that little button he pressed. So I couldn't get no text, no phone calls, and this was like a good 2 weeks. I had no access to my phone number, which I used to log in for like everything. I use as my 2FA. I use for work. I use for like everything is on my phone number. You know. Called them up, and I kid you not, I've called them 17 times over a 2 week span. I said, guys, I need my phone number back. I don't care what you guys can do, just do it. Everyone said, oh yeah, we're going to reach to the back office team and fill out a form and update it for you. There's no notes in your account. I'll write some notes down for you. The next time I call them up, nothing's been actioned. No form's been filled out. Nothing's been done in your account. And now I'm here like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Realistically, do you want me to come to the back office and do it myself? Because I will. Send me the address and I'll go there. I live in London. O2's a British thing, isn't it? O2? I haven't heard of O2 anywhere else. I'll give it 24 hours. Call them up 2 days after. I give them 40 hours. I'm like, and let me give them extra time. They're a bit stupid. I call them up again. Oh no, it's 5 days. It's a 5 day. Like you have to wait 5 days. They told me 24 hours. I'll give them 48. Now they told me it's 5 days. Yeah, it's 5 days. They told you it wrong. I said, okay, can I file a complaint? About what? I said about everyone just being dumb and lying to me. Like, okay, cool, we filed it. I'm like, can I speak to a manager as well, by the way? Because none of you guys are able to help me with what's going on. Okay, yeah, we'll put you through to a manager. But like, tell me what's going on with us. I was like, okay, here's what's going on. I can help you. I said, I want to speak to a manager. No, but I can help you. I said, no, I want to speak to a manager or supervisor, anyone there. No, I can help you. I said, no, I don't want you to help me. I want to speak to the manager. If you're going to speak like this, I'm going to have to terminate the request. Excuse me. So I ended the call on them on my behalf. I said, you're not going to tell me on my fucking phone that I pay for that you're going to terminate my call. I'll terminate the call on you. Trust and believe. Don't you fucking play on my phone. O2, the way you guys pissed me off so much this past month, I got grey hairs again because of you guys. Like, it got serious. It got crazy. It got to a point where I was like, fucking hell. I eventually spoke to them again on the phone for the last time. He was like, how can I help you? I said, just read the notes on my phone and get back to me in that 10 minutes when you're done. He read them, came back and was like, okay, I can help you, but not in a conventional way. We're going to have to go a different route. I said, okay, what's the route we're going to have to go through? We're going to go on your mum's account, take out a new phone line and put the number on that phone line, and then we'll transfer it over and do like a pack code type thing. I said, okay, let's do it. So he does it. He says the eSIM for that old number should be downloadable on your phone. I look on the phone. There's no eSIM. He says it should be there now, like within the next 10 minutes. It's been an hour, nothing's there. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go to an O2 store and they'll do it there for me. Now it's time to go to O2. I've said to my mum 10 times, let's go to O2 because they'll do it better in person. But I'm busy. Mum, you're not busy though. Mum, like big man thing, I live at home with you. I know you're not busy. Let's not cap, please. So we finally go to this O2 shop, and once we're there, that's when the eSIM shows up. And I'm like, fine, I download the eSIM. I'm saying to the guy, okay, can we move it over from that account to this account, please? He does it in 3 minutes. 3 minutes he does it in the shop. While I've waited 2.5 weeks and had 17 phone calls and emailed O2 and spoke to their Twitter page and spoken to this and spoken to that and filed so many complaints that I have no more complaints left in me. And I was really considering going and upgrading my O2 plan to that, I think £30 a month or something. And you can use your unlimited data in every country in the world, including Turkey, which is what I want. And it's not like the other companies where it's like you only have 25 gigabytes in Turkey. This is you can use your British data in Turkey. So as much as you have here, you can use there. Because I've got Virgin Media and O2, I get double data. So I've got like 200 gigs on my account. So I can use 200 gigs in Turkey. Beautiful. But after that, I don't know if I want to do that. It's a bit scary. Probably not. But everything's back. Everything's working fine and dandy now. But it's like, be careful, please. Because I had to call Ticketmaster up. I had to do an ID verification. Because I'll send my Bruno Mars tickets at the same time as well. And you can't transfer tickets without proving you have a phone number, which is dumb. Because I've got a pass key on my phone. And that should be enough. I don't know why I need to keep sending me texts to prove I'm who I am. I am who I am because I am who I am. It's just a really shambolic situation. And yeah, it's just really made me question who I have faith in. And apparently EE's great, I've heard. But EE's prices are shambolic. I pay £8 a month for 200 gigs. £8 a month. That's why I love O2. O2 priority, I get my house Wi-Fi is now double the speed, so I get like 1.2 gigabytes per second. Shit is crazy, yeah. I downloaded GTA 5 literally last week in like 15-20 minutes. Like, shit is crazy. So, I don't know what's going on, but we need to like step on this shit. It's pissing me off real bad. But yeah, no, I'm over it. I'm actually really over it. Like they're on very thin ice still, and like I'm monitoring the situation, and it will be handled very shortly in the most equivalent manner that I can probably come up with possible. But yeah, that's it for me today, guys. I feel like today's been a great episode, a great chat, and I feel like it's really got the yap out of me. Like I can go home and be like, guys, I've yapped today. Like I can be comfortable, be fine, be relaxed, and be graceful, be chilled. Let's cheers, guys. Actually, let's all have a cheers to season 1 of Discussions with Hussein, and look forward to next season. Because next season, guys, I'm actually so excited. My whole setup as well was crazy. I was on my bed last week filming with my Mac in front of me, my audio interface plugged into my mic plugged into there, my Mac also on charge, the fucking SSD plugged in, the SD card plugged in, the camera on the side filming. Like shit was crazy. So we're gonna have a lot better coming up soon. I can't wait to just like film in Turkey, and I want to get back into vlogging low key. I haven't vlogged in a while, but I don't know what the rest of vlog because I've been sitting at home doing fuck all, and it's a bit like, what would I vlog with? Like, what would I vlog about? Like it just gets to a point where it's like, what's going on? But oh well, not much I can do, kind of. So cheers, guys. Cheers. Let's just take a moment of silence. Raise every cup in the sky. Yeah. Needed that sip, guys. I'm actually really thirsty. But yeah, which camera do I end it off now? That one, or that one? I'm trying to look at which angle looks better. Probably the middle. Yeah. Let me give you guys a proper outro. Wait. Thanks to everyone for watching this season of Discussion with Hussein. And thank you to all the guests and the people who have joined me on this season, and the people who have helped me and given their input on everything I can do. And I truly appreciate everyone who came on, everyone who's given me feedback, everyone who's watched, everyone who's listened. And I really appreciate you guys. And I really can't wait for what's coming next on season 2. I feel like we're going to do much better things. It's going to be more fun. It's going to be more yappy. It's going to be more entertaining. I feel like it's going to be just amazing all around. So, yeah. Thank you for joining me on this season of Discussion with Hussein. And I truly can't wait to show you guys what's coming up next. And I have no patience left, so I can't wait to release them soon because they're all just ready to be edited. They're not ready to be posted, ready to be edited. They're just sitting at home waiting, so yeah. But yeah, I really want to thank you guys, really close to my heart. Like, this was an experience for me that, like, I really learned a lot from. And it made me realize that, like, I could do this if I really wanted to do this. And, you know what, we're going to keep doing it because I really enjoyed doing this. Maybe a bit less studio settings. We're going to have a bit more fun, You might catch me in a tree one day, on a park bench, at a restaurant, in a library, getting told off for speaking too much. But yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching this season of Scotch with Hussein. And I feel like, yeah, I don't know what there is to say. I've said a lot, to be honest. I'll see you guys next season. So yeah, bye guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.